Now let's look at some Langlib functions supported by Ballerina tables. Ballerina tables contain several inbuilt functions to iterate, insert, update and delete operations. So let's type a table name and dot. So this will show you what are the available Langlib functions for Ballerina tables. So let's take the length function as an example. So if you hover the word length, it will show you the method description, examples, parameter types and return types. And also you can go to the API doc description about length function by just clicking it. Now let's look at some Langlib functions defined for the tables in Ballerina. If we need to add a new record to a table, we need to use the add method for that. If the key of the new record is available in the table, the add method will give an error. If the key is not available, it appends a new entry to the table. So let's try this out with an example. So type table name followed by a dot, then add. So inside the brackets, we need to give the new record that we need to add. So I will try to add a new record that contains ID field as 3. So let's run our Ballerina program. So you can see that the program outputs a table that contains 3 records. The third record is the new record that I inserted using the add method. Now let's try to add a record that contains a key which is already in the table. So you can see that the program gives an runtime error. It says a value found for a key 1 because we try to add a new record that contains an existing key field in the table. If we need to update an existing record in a table, we need to use the put method for that. If the key of the new record is available in the table, the put method updates the record. If the key is not available, it appends a new entry to the table. So type the table name, put. Inside the brackets, we need to give the record that we need to update in the table. So in this example, the put method will update the record that contains the ID as 2. And also in the second example, it will update the record that contains the ID value 1. So let's run our Ballerina program. So name and the seller fields in the 2 records are updated. Now let's see how to remove a record from a table. For that, we need to use the Langlib function .remove. It will accept the key of the table and will remove if it exists. Else it will return an error. So let's try this out. So type the table name, employee table, then call the remove function. So inside the brackets, we need to give the key of the record that we need to remove. In this case, I will try to remove the record that contains key as 1. So I will assign this into an employee record, which is the constraint of the table. So the record that contains ID as 1, which is the record that we need to remove, will be assigned into the removed employee variable. Now let's see the result by printing using IOPrintln. You can see that in the first line, program outputs the record that we need to remove, which is contain the ID as 1. And in the second line, you can see that the table contains only one record because we removed the first record. Now let's try to call the remove Langlib function with a key field that is not present in the table. So I will change the parameter to 3, which is not contained in the table. So you can see that it gives a runtime error saying that cannot find key 3. So I think this video helps you to get a good understanding about Ballerina tables. Thanks for watching.